Are you ready to dive deep and to go back in time to 1998? King of the Ring, 1998 to be more specific.
King of the Ring, off with their heads.
The premonition.
This, Kane, is your destiny. A first blood match.
The prophecy.
No force on earth can stop Destiny. Not even Stone Cold Steve Austin.
The book of 316.
I've bled before. I ain't afraid to bleed again. Your big dead ass belongs to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Big dead ass.
Revelation.
If he does not become the World Wrestling
I thought Undertaker was dead. I
Champion,
thought Kane was alive.
I will set myself on fire.
The Black Angel.
I am the Lord of Darkness.
The sins of mankind.
Bouncing his skull off the steel cage.
Classy Freddy ain't messing around.
In order to ruin his.
Hell on
No,
earth.
he was not.
What he calls hell, I call home because I am going to love every minute of it.
Dear God.
He sure did.
Have mercy on our
I don't
souls.
know about that.
See on our souls.
And now, Super Soaker presents
I'll
the
do
1998 King of the Ring.
Super.
I love this poster too with the guillotine. I love everything about this show.
Yeah, that's wild. Guillotine.
Right? Like with blood on it too.
Royalty. I mean, I guess that comes with the territory of royalty. They killed a lot of people via the guillotine, man.
Yeah. The
That's a part of
subtitle
royalty, too.
for this was off with their heads. I remember
Lord.
labeling this VHS tape King of the Ring off with their heads.
Nice.
I was like, I gotta throw the slogan in there, man.
I mean, you have to.
This is hilarious.
Morbid as hell, but it's great. It's great. But yes, the 6th annual King of the Ring pay-per-view took place on June 28th, 1998 at the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Boo. Yeah, that's right. That's
My
right.
dog hates him. My dog doesn't like the Penguins either.
Hell yeah.
Because this is his... Oh, he's still going. My God. Leave it in, because they just need to know what I'm dealing with on a regular basis here with this dog.
Listen, you said Pittsburgh, and that's what set him off, so I'm blaming you.
Yeah, it's my fault. It's my fault, apparently. My bad, y'all. But this is the former home of the NHL's Pittsburgh Penguins, which is, I don't know if you can call it a rival of the Flyers, because it hasn't been much of a rivalry since like 2013, 14.
Yeah. Last time, 2012 was when they beat him in the playoffs, so.
Yeah, and that was like
Maybe-
winning the Stanley Cup for us, bro.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and that was in the
Meanwhile,
first
the Peng-
round. It's like, oh.
Right.
We
Meanwhile, the
thought
Penguins
we were
have
going on a
won-
run, but
Right. Meanwhile, the Penguins won back-to-back cups. They went back-to-back at one point. So
they did, and then they won one after this a few years later. So yeah, not much of a rivalry.
yeah, not much. But yes, the Igloo was, as it was known, affectionately known as the Igloo because it was home to the Penguins, and it was shaped like an igloo. But that was the Penguins' home until 2010 when it closed. It was demolished in 2012. But yes, it was affectionately known as the Igloo, like I said. It also hosted a slew of other Pittsburgh teams, including the Pittsburgh Gladiators of the Arena Football League,
I knew it was coming.
who advanced to the first ever Arena Bowl in 1987 and hosted it at the Civic Arena. So yes, the Civic Arena is historic, but not because it hosted the King of the Ring 1998. It hosted the first ever Arena Bowl.
Wow.
And 13,232 fans saw the Gladiators get housed by the Denver Dynamite 45-16.
No neutral site for the Arena Bowl, huh?
No, I think it was better that way back in the day. That's my hot take there.
Oh.
But that's for an arena football discussion for another day. But on this night, 1998, there were 17,087 people in the building, according to good old Wikipedia. And boy, were they in store for quite the spectacle. Sure, they were expecting to see something wild. I mean, this was the second ever Hell in a Cell match was on this card. somehow it wasn't even the main event. That belonged to a first blood match, which has never happened before.
Which
the title.
kind of was in a Hell in a Cell, but not, but kind of.
Yeah, like halfway. Just, I don't know.
An
Or
L,
just in a
an
cell.
L,
I
an
don't know.
L, and an L,
It was weird.
because they took off, half the. Get it?
I got you.
Okay.
I got you. But of course, that's for the title, for the belt between Steve Austin and Kane. And of course, yeah, the Hell in a Cell match, which was between Undertaker and Mankind, almost felt like an afterthought, sort of.
It did.
Even though it's the Hell in a Cell.
Right.
And it's funny that, we're recording this after WWE put up a YouTube video of Mankind, or Mick Foley, I should say, and The Undertaker sitting down to watch this match back in person for the first time. And he admitted there, and he admitted several times over the years, that he didn't feel like he even belonged in a big match like this, because he had very little momentum after his feud with Steve Austin.
Yeah. I thought so too. He was abruptly brought back as Mankind too after all that, and it was like a few weeks later he's in a Hell in a Cell with the Undertaker. They didn't even really give their feud a chance to rekindle. Almost, it was just like, boom, here it is. 3 weeks later, you're in Hell in a Cell. It's like, what? Like, it felt off to me at the time watching it live too, because I was like, these guys just had like an incredible feud like 2 years ago that started, and it went for like a year almost, and now you're rekindling it, but it's in the middle of the Attitude Era now, and it kind of felt weird just the way it happened. So
Yeah, it just happened.
that's kind of why we saw what we saw.
Right, I was going to say, because of
Yeah.
this, Foley felt like he had to up the ante, right? The problem is he upped the ante to a degree no one should ever try to reach again, right? And yeah, Shane McMahon has been thrown off the cell twice since then, but obviously in a much more safer and controlled manner. There were crash pads underneath the announce table when Shane McMahon did it. There was no such crash pad for Mankind. He just fell and hit the ground, splat, and hit the ring.
Probably
splat.
could not have landed better, right? Given
Considering the circumstances, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah,
But he went a couple inches over too far. He could hit the guardrail, and this is a tragic set of circumstances.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
25 years
that.
later,
It's just incredible. Just the start to finish of that.
yeah, but 25 years later, that match, the Hell in a Cell match between The Undertaker and Mankind, is still the first one people mention when you even bring up Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Even though it's not, I would say, widely regarded as the best Hell in a Cell match ever. We've discussed on this podcast and determined in bracket style, that the very first Hell in a Cell match between The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels was indeed the best actual match that ever take place inside Hell in a Cell, and it will probably remain in that spot forever.
The definitive answer we came up with.
Exactly. Look no further. But the violence has been toned down to such a degree, you couldn't possibly top what took place back in '97 at Bad Blood. But this match in 1998 between The Undertaker and Mankind is easily the most talked about. It is easily the most remembered, which we also said on that podcast way back when we determined the best Hell in a Cell match of all time. Between the visual of Mankind flying off the cell, which is still just astounding to watch a human being just soar through the air like that, to the soundbite of Jim Ross legitimately thinking he saw Foley plunge to his death. This was still one of still is one of the wildest happenings ever in wrestling history. And I don't know if anybody's ever been the same. We know Foley was never the same. I mean, the match itself, it really elevated him to Hall of Fame status. This is the one moment of his career that people always replay. This is by far the most replayed moment of his and Undertaker's career, for that matter. Undertaker wrestled for a lot longer and attained a lot more accolades than Mick Foley did. But when you go to one moment of Undertaker's career, it's probably this one. Right? But it came at a steep physical price, especially for Mick Foley. But the Hell in a Cell match itself became must-see TV moving forward. And that's because of what they did on this night. However, There are other matches on the show.
Oh, really? Oh.
And there was a whole tournament
Of what?
that carries the event's namesake, King of the Ring. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
Remember that?
That's right. You
So-
wouldn't have, I totally forgot as I was watching this. Like, they barely even mentioned it.
Pretty much. It came and went, and it was over.
Yeah.
They didn't even have a ceremony.
It's like, no, and Shamrock winning is just like he won another match. That was it. Like, that was it. It was really incredible that by this point, King of the Ring was, the big part of the Big Five. So, this is the fifth one, I believe. They had 93, 94, 95, 96, 97. Well, this would have been the sixth one, technically.
Yes.
So, it was already a staple on the WWF calendar. And obviously the first few years, it was all about the tournament. And you get to 95, it's more about, feuds, like matches and main events. It's not so much about the tournament anymore. And then here, clearly, the tournament was second fiddle for sure.
I mean, it couldn't possibly be first. It's not even second fiddle. It was third fiddle.
That's
at
true.
best.
Yeah.
How could you possibly top a first blood match in a Hell in a Cell? You just got your regular old match here.
Yeah.
Come on, it's not a fair fight. So, but yes, we're going to talk all about the other stuff that happened on the show too. We heard the video package that opened the show, of course, voiced by Classy Freddie Blassie. And yeah, Blassie did a lot of these back in the day.
He did. I was thinking that too. It's during this era too. And he was like, a focal point of the invasion too. And
Right.
Steph, and it was.
I think he did WrestleMania 17.
Yeah.
I think he did WrestleMania 15. Like he's done a bunch.
Did a lot.
And they were good. He was good. He was
yeah.
really good at it. Like he had a whole career with
Mercy
that.
on our souls. I love it.
He was really good at it. I don't know if they even said at the time that was Freddie Blassie, but like,
Yeah, I
now
don't
that we
think.
know, it's like it's pretty
Yeah, I
cool.
don't know if they did or not either. So
yeah. We see the opening animation. We got the King of the Ring logo on a guillotine, as we mentioned earlier. And the show is presented by Super Soaker. You ever had a Super Soaker back in the day?
I did.
I feel like childhood wasn't complete in the 90s unless you had a
It
Super
wasn't.
Soaker.
It wasn't. And we would always, want the next best thing or when it would come out. But some of us would have the regular Super Soaker, and we would just suck at these Super Soaker games throughout the neighborhood. Where it's like somebody else had like 3 canisters or whatever that they could. Meanwhile, I only had 1, and it's like, what the hell,
man.
So, and then we run
Right to a
back inside to refill, and run back outside.
Oh, man.
Parents yelling at me because the air conditioner's on. Stop running in and out. So, dude, it brings back so many memories.
I will say that it's pretty much like a thing in black culture that parents are always like, either you're in or you're out.
Yeah, and my parents were like, I'm Italian American. I don't know, but they did the same thing.
It's the same. Yeah, it's the same. It's just either you're in or you're letting all the good air out. It's hot.
Exactly.
Stop letting all my air out. I pay for this good air.
And me, I'm just like, I only had it open for like a second. It was like, it don't matter.
Right, it really wasn't that long. You open the door 2 seconds later, it was closed again. Couldn't have possibly let that much air out. But parents are unreasonable sometimes, man. They really were just tired of seeing you running in and out. That's
They
all.
felt that energy bill spike every time you open the door.
Pretty much. That's what it made it seem, at least.
Yeah.
It's pretty much just like, they're just tired of just seeing you running in and out, really. That's what it really came down to. They're just tired of seeing you do all this stuff back and forth.
Yeah.
So, but yes, King of the Ring, 1998. You got the animation, and you see the stage, the King of the Ring stage from '98, which is probably one of the more memorable ones.
You think so?
I mean, it's not a super fancy one, but like I always think about when I think about '90s or Attitude Era stages when they had that circle. I always think about the King of the Ring one because it had the lights on it.
Yeah.
It had like the sort of the crown on
To
it.
make it look like a crowd.
So it's like, yeah, it's a memorable one for me.
I think it's funny. Like, obviously, compared to what they would do later on in later years, but this was them pretty much going all out for an entrance. It's like, we're gonna have our circle, but we gotta have it look like a crown. We gotta put something around it so it looks like a damn crown. And they did.
Like a damn crown.
I'm just surprised they alternated the colors and didn't just keep it like gold or yellow or, the whole night. They alternated colors. So that was a big deal back then.
I mean, it was. And King of the Ring in general, I mean, mainly because I guess we've kind of looked past these because King of the Ring no longer exists as a pay-per-view. But I feel like King of the Ring had some dope stages. Like, or some unique ones. I don't want to say dope, but definitely some unique ones. Like
people opening the door. Like, I like that one.
That was cool. That was
for
cool,
that specific event. That would be great to just keep. But
right, so I was gonna bring that up. I think the Hardy Boys opened the door one year when they were just starting out in the business. Then you had the chair, like the electric chair they had, like in 2001 and 2002, with the glass that Shane McMahon got tossed through a bunch of times by Kurt Angle.
That's wild.
So yeah. King of the Ring had some interesting stages. It's crazy that it's wild to think that there hasn't been a King of the Ring pay-per-view proper event since 2002. They've had like WWE Network specials and stuff like that, but not the event proper. I don't like unless I'm tripping. Like I don't remember that. I feel like that's something I would remember since 2002. So
yeah, I think it was just the network specials, and then they have these matches on TV, and then have the finals at Crown Jewel or something they did last time, right? Am I right or am I mistaken? Like,
say that again. I'm sorry.
It's like if they had matches on like Raw and SmackDown, then the finals would be like a Crown Jewel if they did that.
Yeah, I think that's
it's
more.
Like
yeah,
not,
it was like Crown
it's
Jewel
never
last year.
a standalone event. It's like
Right.
kind of crazy because it's another way to build somebody, build a character at least for the time being, even if you don't plan on doing anything with them. That's how you literally got Mabel to main event of SummerSlam. How you got Austin 316, Triple H's turnaround in '97. Like that's how you got these characters going. Ken Shamrock, I don't really know, didn't really do anything with this one, but still, it's still a good avenue. It's like Money in the Bank. You give this person, it's basically a push and see what they do. So I think it's still a valuable commodity you can have today's products. Obviously, King Booker was one of the best. I loved it. So,
yeah,
whatever.
King Booker. Always loved King Booker. But I guess he was like the last great King of the Ring, King Booker T. I mean, who was we have? Sheamus was King of the Ring. I think they gave him like horns, antlers to wear.
Yeah,
and then
that was kind of cool.
I didn't like it. And then
Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin, he became. Then he went from King Corbin to bum ass Corbin. Like that didn't help him. And then Wade Barrett, he was King Barrett, and then then he was released Barrett. Like he was gone after that, pretty much. So King Booker is the last great King of the Ring, pretty much. Which is wild to think of. Which is wild to say because it happened back in 2006, like or something like that.
Yeah, it was. And that was, based off a tournament, just on SmackDown, really. I don't know if it was Raw and SmackDown, but it was just like became a weekly tournament. So it wasn't a standalone King of the Ring event.
Yeah, it's just, man, it's a shame what they've done to King of the Ring. I miss it. I like tournaments in wrestling, so that's just me, but.
You bring it in. I know they had it before, but you make it in a pay-per-view in '93. It became a staple pretty quickly, especially when you have Bret Hart win first and then Owen Hart win the next year. It's like perfect that people buy in. Okay, this tournament means something, but then you go have Mabel win it the next year, and then it's you kind of have Austin save it a little bit the next year. In 98, 99, I can't even, 99 was Billy Gunn, right? I think, I could barely tell you the winners of it past Ken Shamrock, and it just sucks how, I know Brock Lesnar won it in 02, but, so Edge won it.
I believe Edge won it in 2001.
And won, yeah. Who was 2000? I don't even remember that.
I think it was
that
Kurt.
was Billy Gunn. Kurt? Oh, yeah.
That was Kurt Angle.
So, but he didn't need it. I guess, I could be lying. Maybe he did need it because he was, another accolade for Kurt Angle in his first year in WWE, but still, it just seemed to lose its luster every time they had. I liked the quarterfinals on the pay-per-view, so they had 8 matches with the tournament, on the pay-per-view, but then they're like, we could just have like 3 matches, the semifinals and the finals, and then fill it up with all these other more important things, and people are going to watch it anyway. So that's kind of what they did with it. But for me, like you, it was all about the tournament. The first 93, 94, it was all about the tournament, and I loved it. But it's not where we're at anymore.
Unfortunately, and like I've always said, I've always been a sucker for tournaments, and the King of the Ring obviously fits that bill. Like, I've always been a fan of tournaments. Like, it just adds stakes to the matches, obviously, and it's like, and I guess nostalgia plays a part too. I just don't understand why they don't deem it to be important on a regular basis, and it can't be because it's not, you can't. I don't know why not do it? You can't book this person to be a star after that. You've done it before. What's the deal now? I don't get it.
Yeah.
But here we are, King of the Ring 1998. We still have a tournament, and we're here with JR and King at the announce table with gas canisters on their desk.
There was nowhere else to put them. They ran out of room, so they had to put them on the announce table.
Apparently, but
like, go put it by the timekeeper.
Said,
like, no, we don't have any room there. It's got to go right here.
And then you got King saying he's happy because we either get to see a new champion or we get to see someone get set on fire. Someone's going to set himself on fire, by the way. Why do you want to see that, King? Why are you excited about that?
Like, there's like the polar opposite, too. Like, a new champion, okay. Someone's going to set himself on fire. Yeah, I want to see that one. Like, the hell?
Someone's going to die.
He will take his last breath.
Like, what? Why do you want to see that?
He was a little too giddy about that.
He was very giddy about it for no real reason whatsoever. I don't understand why. I mean, obviously, I could understand. He's just talking, obviously, but like, it's just weird to be that could be the norm. That we're going to see somebody get set on fire at least tonight, right? That's pretty cool. No, it ain't. Like, what? That's pretty wild. But yes. We're here, King of the Ring 1998, and the very first match on the card is the Headbangers and Taka Michinoku going against Kai and Tai. And like you said, a special bonus match on the card. The last time we saw Kai and Tai, which was not Over the Edge. Yeah, it was Over the Edge, 1998. I found a video of JBL cutting a Hulk Hogan promo with Michael Barkan before a World League of American Football game in 1991. That story, I've been working on the story about that since. I have talked to Barkan, I have talked to Layfield, JBL, and that story will be publishing probably by the time you hear this podcast. So be on the lookout. They were both super happy and super grateful that we found and resurfaced that video. So, and they sent each other their very best. So be on the lookout for that on Wrestling Junkie at USA Today. Again, maybe up already by the time you hear this, but
we will tweet that out from our account as well.
Appreciate the love as always. But yeah, now it's just like every time I see Taka with somebody else going against Kai and Tai, I'll always have that memory from Over the Edge in 1998 for no reason. For no reason. Taka comes out dressed like the Headbangers, which I thought was pretty fun.
Love it. Wish he kept it on though.
Yeah, I think he should have.
He took it off. I was like, what the hell? Come on.
What's the point? But we've never really talked about the Headbangers. I don't think. I don't know if we've ever commentated or talked about a match they've ever had.
Well, funny, I don't know if you remember this. When we were at the Wildfire Radio Studios, somebody wanted us to interview Glenn Ruth, a.k.a. Thrasher. And it's like, for what? I felt like Ricky Waters, like, for who? For what? Because at the time, our podcast was more like current, like we were talking a weekly thing live about the current product. We talked a lot about TNA too at the time. So like it wouldn't have fit in with our show at the time. And I just remember like someone saying like, hey, like we got Glenn Ruth if you guys want to interview him. And I'm like, why would we do that? And it just reminds me of the Headbangers. So no disrespect to Glenn Ruth.
No disrespect.
But I mean, clearly this would have been a good time for something like that, going back and deep diving into old shows. But at the time when we were offered it, it's like, there's no need. Like, we weren't that type of podcast. But That's what I think about when I think about the Headbangers.
Well, as you mentioned, both guys are from New Jersey. Mosh, real name Charles Washington, is from Cherry Hill,
I
New
thought it was
Jersey.
Beaver Cleavage.
Beaver Cleavage. Oh boy.
And the
That's
Chaz. Remember Chaz?
Oh, I said Charles Washington. Charles Warrington. I said his name wrong. But yes, you also got Chaz or Glenn Ruth. Thrasher. He was from Camden, New Jersey. So
Not a friend of the podcast. Probably hates
not
us.
yet.
Well,
Not yet. Chaz was Charles Warrington. What am I doing? I'm getting these guys mixed up. I'm all mixed up. All right, Charles Warrington.
that's what the Headbangers do.
When I typed his
Mix you
name,
up.
it autocorrected to Washington for some reason. But he's from Cherry Hill. Thrasher, Glenn Ruth, he's from Camden, New Jersey. Both were trained by the late Larry Sharp, who founded the Monster Factory in Paulsboro, New Jersey.
Yeah.
The Monster Factory now has a show on Apple TV.
How about that?
I don't have Apple TV, so I haven't seen it.
I have
but
not seen it either, but
I've heard good things.
I shall put that on the list.
You shall. JR mentioned that, or I think it was King actually, who mentioned that Yamaguchi-san was wearing a Yomiuri Giants jersey, who was part of the Japanese baseball league, over there, obviously in Japan. And the jersey was given to him by Sadaharu Oh, who is the world's all-time home run king.
Ooh, the world's.
The world's all-time home run king. Okay, not Hank Aaron, who hit all his homers in Major League Baseball, or same for Babe Ruth or Barry Bonds, is O. And King called him the best baseball player ever. O, I mean, he hit a lot of homers, man. King wasn't lying. His career spanned from 1959 to 1980, and he hit 868 home runs. He had
Interesting.
350 home run seasons. Mind you, he played from 1959 to 1980. Not
That's
exactly
11.
the live ball era, right? Like
21 years?
something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
But, we're not talking about an era where there's a lot of performance enhancers and
Right.
drugs out there, at least for baseball players. He hit 30 home runs in his last season. 30. He was 40 years old. And you probably wonder, why didn't he get recognition? Because none of this happened in the United States.
Yeah.
So racism,
Pretty
The
much.
MLB
yeah.
just started to acknowledge the Negro League records in 2020.
That's crazy.
It only took
2020.
them 100 years.
It only took a pandemic.
Only, yeah.
I wonder if, if that ever happened. I feel like a lot of things happened during the pandemic because nobody was like doing anything. I feel like that's why I remember that happening. And I was like, oh, geez, I wonder if this is the only reason they're doing this because you can't trust them to do the right thing. So, but nonetheless,
But yeah, if you consider the entire world, your home run kings would probably not be Hank Aaron and Babe Ruth or Barry Bonds. It would be Sadaharu Oh and Josh Gibson, both of whom were credited with hitting 800 home runs. So, a little interesting fact there about Yamaguchi-san's jersey on this day. The good guys, they won in pretty quick fashion. There wasn't really much there to talk about.
I
with this match.
love, Taka celebrating with the Headbangers. He was like, kind of like doing the spin around or mosh or whatever, but then he was doing like the Taka, the Sudoku driver, thing too. That was cool. I thought that was
Pretty
funny.
good. As soon as the match is over, pretty much, out comes Sable
Oh.
to a big ovation.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Because the last we saw Sable,
You
she
hit the
was
road,
crying
Jack.
on her way out of WWF after losing to Mark Merrow. She had her suitcase and she was crying. The only thing was missing was Mean Gene going, "It's over for you, Toots. Get out of here. Your history. You're done."
Wait, I have that for you.
It's over. It's toast for this young lady.
Toast.
It's toast for this young
Her
lady.
career right now is history. It's over. It's toast for this young lady.
Oh, Gene.
That's wild. Then as she's coming to the ring, JR says a wow thing. In that he says some of his friends in Oklahoma would marry Sable's dog just to be a part of her family.
Oh my God.
What a strange thing. That's called bestiality,
What
JR.
the
We don't
hell,
want to.
JR?
We don't want to encourage that. Okay.
Holy.
That's just weird.
My goodness.
That's just weird.
What the hell?
Sable then introduces Vince McMahon, who was responsible for bringing her back. McMahon is flanked by the Stooges, of course. They all dismiss Sable, and Pat Patterson does something naughty on her way out.
Sable's being dismissed. She introduced the boss, and what happened? Well, Patterson getting a little liberal in territory he's not familiar with.
I dare having a woman snap me! Get out of here!
What did Pat do? I missed it.
I don't care!
He patted her on the derriere, King.
This casual sexual harassment, no big deal.
That's all. 1998 WWF, baby.
No big deal. And of course, Pat Patterson slapping, of all people, Pat Patterson getting handsy is just wow. But Sable slapped a taste out of his mouth, so at least he got immediately, punished. And then Gerald Briscoe gets on the microphone and he berates the fans for booing before wiping off the microphone before giving it over to Vince McMahon. Butt slapping aside, the Stooges did little things that just made them just hilarious. Vince gets on the mic and clowns Pittsburgh because he's called them losers pretty much.
That's right.
And JR said, "Hey, I like Pittsburgh," and probably because his late wife is from Pittsburgh area. So
yeah, wasn't he like a converted? Well, not converted, but like a Steelers fan behind whoever his Sooners. Right. I guess they were his NFL team, the Steelers. So
right. Oklahoma doesn't have one. So, but then we're back to Vince, and he is again berating the fans and telling everybody, "Get ready, y'all about to be disappointed tonight."
He was not lying. He's literally
wanted to prepare
that's literally
y'all.
a spoiler.
Prepare y'all for the event that's going to happen, and that Steve Austin is no longer going to be champion by the end of this night. He clowns Pittsburgh. He tells people to prepare that Austin's going to lose. And on his way out, he mistakenly kicks Pat Patterson. And then promptly blamed him for being in the way.
It was like, I just wonder, like, if it was on purpose or if they just, like, do it beforehand, talk about it beforehand, be like, I'm going to kick you on the way out, or we're going to do something for the camera as, JR and Lawler are talking over it. It makes it funny because they're not reacting to what we're seeing on the TV because they're talking about something else, like JR and Lawler. So there was like these little things that happened a lot back then where, they're just going to be stooges, exactly that, and Vince is going to be the guy that's like always blaming them for everything. And there's some comedy in that.
And it fits within Vince's character to just treat them like crap like the entire time. But we move on from that. We're now on to the King of the Ring semifinals. Semifinal number 1.
Oh.
It is between Double J, Jeff Jarrett, alongside Tennessee Lee, going against the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock. It's like he's going against the world's most least dangerous man in Jeff Jarrett. The world's least dangerous man. Also, Tennessee Lee is there, and he gave a tremendous introduction for Jeff Jarrett, I must admit. And then Ken Shamrock comes out, and he just has this look on his face that he looked like he just killed someone, and he's about to kill someone else. like it was a great look. It was a great look, and Ken Shamrock was just awesome. I just still don't understand to this day why he didn't get more of a run at the top of the card in 98 and 99. I don't understand it. People were behind him. He could work. He had charisma. He was credible. I don't know.
Yeah, so they buried him as IC champ at the corporation.
And I guess they didn't want him to overshadow Steve Austin.
Right, or The Rock.
Or The Rock, which, I understand because they were big money. I mean, look at them. Ken Shamrock wasn't going to match what they were going to do. But I still feel like there was a place for him at the top of the card, and he just never quite really got up there. And I don't know why. Shamrock, again, awesome. He hits a Hurricane Rana. This is an MMA fighter doing Hurricane Ranas. All right? Then he puts on an ankle lock, and Jeff Jarrett immediately tapped. Like, wasted 0 seconds in tapping out. And Tennessee Lee got in the ring after the match and caught a suplex for his trouble, too, and the fans went crazy. because they like Ken Shamrock, because Ken Shamrock was dope. And Shamrock talked to Michael Cole after the match and said, "Hey man, I'm coming for it all," and then limped away.
In what world is it okay for a referee to grab a wrestler's hair and pull them away? In what world?
Yeah, our boy Tim White pulls
Too
Jeff
much.
Jarrett's hair.
Why can't he just disqualify him then?
It's the King of the Ring, man. You want to get a winner.
Oh, get out of here.
Referee's discretion.
It's just
Right?
there's so many things. It's like why doesn't this happen in like a different match? You know, like we see it here, and it's like it just kind of stood out to me, and I made a note. It's like really like a King of the Ring semifinal match, like Shamrock versus Jarrett. We need that here. Like that's stupid, but I guess it hammers home the point. Jeff is the heel, which we all know. But then, like, why is the ref ain't going to do that to a babyface? We never see the refs do that to babyface.
Well, the babyface usually isn't cheating like Jeff Jarrett is.
Well, then disqualify him.
Not in this, he didn't. Want
He
to
literally
in this
counts, and
particular
then Jeff just
circumstance.
is like still hanging out, and he pulls his hair
hanging
out. It's
out.
like, what the hell? Just disqualify him, man. Why are you getting physically involved? You don't need to.
I guess he was-
Unbelievable.
Well, that's what happened, and Jeff Jarrett lost.
Yeah.
I guess he was Tim Moore had enough of Double J, man. He wasn't great to him. So there's that. Ken Shamrock advances and moves on to the finals of the King of the Ring. But who will he face? That will be determined in the next match. It's for the King of the Ring. It is The Rock going against Dan the Beast Severn. What a wild matchup this is. The Rock versus Dan Severn only could happen in 1998 WWF.
And they were clearly, I don't remember if they ever did Shamrock versus Severn in WWF, but I remember thinking, oh, that's going to be the finals, just because how the brackets wound up going. And it's like, this match is just like, just kidding. We're not going to give you Shamrock versus Severn.
It's funny you mentioned that. They did fight twice, as
In WWF.
JR said.
Yeah, in
outside
UFC.
Yeah, outside of WWF. Their first fight was on July 14th, 1995 at UFC 6. Shamrock won by submission to win the UFC Super Fight Championship. They met a little less than a year later on May 17th, 1996 at UFC 9. And Severn won with a split decision victory to finally win the Super Fight title.
Huh.
So
So they each split wins at UFC 6-9.
Nice, right?
Yeah.
But Severn, he was kind of wild because before this show took place on June 28th. He had 2 fights in the month of June before this show.
Oh, wow.
He defeated Steve Miller via a rear naked choke at World Shoot Wrestling on June 12th. Then on June 20th, he defeated Sam Atkins by submission in parentheses, it says exhaustion on ESPN.com, for International Fighting Championships. By this point, he hadn't lost since February of 1997.
Ooh.
So that was to, I believe, I forget the fighter's name he lost to, but he lost. So, yeah, Dan Severn's out here fighting for real and then come and just show up at the King of the Ring and do the job for The Rock. Like, what a wild time in this person's life. Because the Nation comes out, they were initially banned from ringside immediately. They didn't even get to stay after the bell rang. They got immediately kicked out of ringside, and the Godfather's there in his full pimp get-up by this point. But they come back. They distract the ref. Meanwhile, D'Lo Brown hits Dan Severn with a frog splash while wearing the chest protector that he wore throughout his European title reign. The Rock covered Dan Severn and scored the win to advance to the finals of the King of the Ring and set up a WrestleMania rematch between himself and Ken Shamrock. Any thoughts on The Rock and Dan the Beast Severn?
Did D'Lo really tear his pec, or was that part of the story?
I honestly don't know, but
Because like he didn't show any, like, he wasn't wincing or anything, and apparently, he had torn his pec 3 weeks before this, or like two weeks, and I was like, for me, it felt like part of the story. But the fact that he kept the chest protector was great because it obviously gave us some of the most memorable moments of that era with D'Lo. And yeah, this was the debut of that, right? So just made me think back to that time and what he beat X-Pac for the European title. And then he was from a different country in Europe or different city in Europe every week. Like, that was just great stuff. And like, this was like the beginning of that. So it was more about D'Lo for me than The Rock or Dan Severn. I loved it.
Yeah, good old D'Lo Brown, man. Criminally underrated is D'Lo Brown. But we did get to see him trip over the barricade on the replay.
Yeah.
After The Rock's promo, he's trying to get over the barricade, and he does not quite get over it gracefully. But he managed.
And it's just funny, is like the replay, you kind of have to, I guess, show in the replay that he's running away, but you couldn't like stop it before the trip. It's like, damn.
Right. It just was what it was.
Yeah.
We're live, pal.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
it is what it is. But do we move on from that to a video package of Al Snow's recent antics with his one friend, Head. Part of it was Al Snow dressing up in hella racist outfits, including that Asian one, which was outrageous.
Yeah.
Oh, man, how did that make the air? They were worried about DX saying curse words and stuff.
Yeah.
Y'all wasn't worried about what Al Snow was doing? Like, what? Offending the entire Asian population? Oh, my goodness. And Mexican population, for that matter, too, when he dressed up as a Mexican.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's so wild to me. Where were our priorities in 1998? And then before the match, we get a bizarre promo with Al Snow on the Titantron with King.
Don't yell at me! Don't
Hey, Al Snow, let me...
put me under pressure! I can take it! I can't take it!
Al
What?
Snow, can you hear me?
I can hear you
Let
just
me
fine!
yell at you for just a second, you moron.
Don't talk for a minute.
You know, this
Very
is-
important I listen to this guy. What?
It's now time.
I know I smell something fishy too.
And I hope you had that head working out. I hope that head's been doing chin-ups. And I want to tell you something. I don't want to see any headlocks out here. I don't want to see any flying head scissors. And we better not see any headbutts. But you
Oh
got
my
to win
God.
this match, or either you are
Get it?
out of here. You win, you get the meeting with McMahon. But if you don't hit, and you, Al Snow, are out of the WWF.
And you, Al Snow.
King, me and the head have had a little discussion.
Yeah?
We've decided the head don't lay down for anybody.
Oh.
So boys, get ready, because you're about to get a little head like you've never gotten it before.
Oh, boy.
He's really funny, isn't he?
I don't get that part. What was that supposed to look like?
What's that?
Did you see the end of that when he sticks the head like in the corner of the screen? Like, I don't know, what was that supposed to look like?
I have no idea.
Because it didn't
I
look
have
like
no idea what's
anything.
happening. Yeah, about nothing. Because the next match,
It's something
is-
that JR said we will never see again.
is a tag team match, but it's really a handicap match.
Tag team match.
It's too much. Scott Taylor and Brian Christopher. I think this is our first time watching at Tool, which was obviously way better than Too Much. They're teaming up against Al Snow and Head, the mannequin. And my first sentence for this was, "What in the world?"
Snow's going in
Okay.
there basically alone here. Well, I guess the head fans out there, I apologize for denigrating. What am I saying?
For denigrating a mannequin.
There was one of two, what am I saying, things that JR dropped during this match.
Because it's so absurd. JR hated every second of this.
He did. Like, if you listen to him call Hell in a Cell match and Austin versus Kane, and you compare it to this, like, you could literally hear the disgust in his voice. like, that's how different he was during this match.
And I think you've always talked about, like, you can tell when JR doesn't like something.
Yeah.
He won't, like, rip it openly. Maybe he will more today. And back in the day, he didn't do it. He wouldn't be as open, but he would still slide in some sly little comments here and there. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
this was one of those matches that he would slide in the the coded language as he said, and really he's saying I hate every second of this. Did you know though that Head, I think probably because of this match, became a playable character in the WWF Attitude, the video game?
Oh, that's funny because I don't remember playing that, but that's funny.
It wasn't that great of a game.
Ah.
I think it was the last one that Acclaim did for WWF back in the day. But they had Head as a playable character. It was a disembodied head with nothing but arms and feet, or hands and feet, not even arms, hands. And they were just floating in the air. There's nothing else there. I think they even had Head in wrestling boots because it's a wrestler. So, and like the picture for the character was the mannequin head looking lifeless into the camera, like scary eyes, dead eyes, because they're not real. It's a mannequin. Outrageous stuff happening here. Also outrageous. What in the porn music was Too Much's theme song?
You said it.
They went straight to the Cinemax Adult Entertainment Library for that song.
They went to the episode 69 intro of the Straight Shooter.
I forgot about that. Well, we got episode 369 next week.
Oh, yeah.
I might have to bring it back.
Oh, might have to.
You got to invite Brian Isley on so you can surprise him again. Even though he's listening to this probably right now. He might forget, though.
You know what? I won't post it then, so he can't listen to it.
But, yeah. That was wild. That song is just like too much, no pun intended. This too much. Before the match, it is announced that Jerry the King Lawler is the special referee for his son's match.
How about that?
What a coinky dink. And JR is like, who is allowing this to happen? Like, what organization, what, promotion with integrity would allow this to happen? And he's like, you forget you got Vince McMahon here.
Right.
Doing things on the show he's not supposed to. So, of course, you know why this happened. King, because, again, his son is a part of Too Much, took his sweet accounting for Al Snow. And he go 1, and then check the shoulders. 2, check the shoulders again.
He's being thorough.
Being thorough.
Yeah.
Or he's cheating. Then when, Snow, it came time to count Snow, 1, 2, like real fast. Trying to literally pull a fast one on Al Snow.
I mean, he could have just hit 3 and just, if he wanted to, but he just didn't for whatever reason. But was he going to get fired for that? No. JR
already admitted that he had no integrity, so I guess we shouldn't be surprised.
Right.
I couldn't believe they let JR, King of all people, do it, given his lack of integrity. That's what JR said. So we're seeing it on full display, I guess. Al Snow, he's going it alone until he makes a hot tag to Head.
Al Snow, believe it or not, folks, I think he's going to make a tag to the head.
To the head.
The head is the legal man. What the hell am I saying?
What the hell am I saying? The head is a legal man.
Clearly, the character that Al and Paul Heyman came up with in ECW was not landing with Jim Ross at all.
Nope. Not one bit.
Probably
And
thinking
like
to
he
himself,
said,
what the hell is Paul talking about?
and like he said, Head was legal all of a sudden.
Wow.
I don't know why it was illegal, but it was legal in the match now. And Snow is really just Al Snow using it as a weapon. And he's clocking the hell out of them. It's an illegal foreign object.
It's literally a double team.
Right. He's also in the ring. Count him out. And then Al Snow hits the snowplow. King doesn't even want to count at this point. But Al Snow wasn't legal anyway. Couldn't count. Head was illegal. Brian Christopher grabs Head, puts it on a bottle of Head and Shoulders, and pins it.
Smart.
And King counts it. And the match is over. Too Much has defeated Al Snow and a mannequin. You put a bottle of Head and Shoulders underneath head. Get it? You need head and shoulders. You can't pin a head to the mat. You got to pin shoulders to the mat. And this is head and shoulders.
Right? It's fantastic.
Genius stuff, right?
Yeah.
How stupid was that?
Like, why not just have Al Snow win? I don't know, but
Right, because Too Much needed to be protected. Whoa. We were priming him for a tag team title run? I don't think so. I don't know. It's just bizarre stuff. We move on from that. We get a replay of X-Pac clocking Owen Hart in the back of the head with a steel chair. Got him real good.
Apparently it took 7 staples to close that.
Yeah, and King was being like, oh yeah, Owen Hart's a macho guy. You know, he got his head stapled instead of getting stitches. Stitches is for wussies, pretty much. Like, I'm with you, JR. I'll also pass. I want staples in the back of my head if I don't need them. But the next match is
punishment is what I need.
That's a wild clip of Chavo Guerrero. It's what I need. The hell's wrong with him?
Oh, Chavo.
Our next match, though, is kind of a banger. It's Owen Hart versus X-Pac. And we get to hear X-Pac's theme song extensively, which is, I mean, in my was that low-key kind of a bop? I kind of like
it was. I liked it back then, yeah. The X-Pac.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah, X-Pac.
It was weird, but like it was good, too. I liked it.
I'm gonna beat your ass. I forgot about this song, by the way. So when I heard it, I was like, "Oh yeah, that was like X-Pac's." They had different NWO type themes in WCW, and then they had the X-Pac theme in DX. It was interesting. Obviously, had the New Age Outlaws with their own too, so it was interesting the way they did these things. I liked it.
I liked it as well. And X-Pac's song kind of a play off the DX song. It's the same band, I believe. Chris Warren, I think, pretty sure sang that song too.
We're gonna kick your ass.
Right. So
it's just like a bop.
I mean, I kind of liked it. I kind of dug it. You can feel free to disagree if you want to, but I kind of liked it. I also liked this match. X-Pac took some big bumps. I thought they worked really hard. Probably it's easily one of the best just pure wrestling matches on the card. And again, not surprising when you got X-Pac and Owen Hart in the ring. But yeah, I enjoyed this match. And it comes to an end. Go ahead.
It started with both of them outside the ring. What sense does that make?
I guess it didn't
Stupid
like each
ref,
other.
man. No, like the bell rang. Well, they were both outside the ring. Don't they have to be inside the ring and the bell ring before the match starts?
They're playing fast and loose with the rules.
I hate this.
Bro.
I hate it, man.
They
the
lowered
logic
the
goals.
Cell. They lowered the cell during a match and then raised it back up. Like it just stuff was just happening.
Kane was dangling from it.
Right, almost died. Like nobody talked.
But I was just like, oh, why is the bell ringing when they're both out? They literally just both go back in the ring. So it's like these little things. It's like just ring it when they're in the ring. Like I don't understand it, but that's the things I pay attention to now more than I did then. So that's why I notice a little thing like that. But it's like, everybody always talks about, both men have to be in the ring before the bell rings. And they make it a point to say that in commentary so many times when matches start off like that. But then like, boom, just because like one match, we don't have time to do that. So we're just going to ring the bell while they're outside. Like, just match up the logic holes, man. It's just annoying.
I don't think they really cared about.
They don't, which is the annoying part.
98.
They should have waited till they were both in the ring to ring the bell. And sometimes the ref doesn't even point to it to ring it. It just rings out of nowhere. It's like, what the hell? I'm okay.
You sure?
Yeah. It was a good match.
The match was good. And it came to an end when Mark Henry came down and splashes X-Pac on the floor.
He squashed his ass.
Squashed him. China comes over and starts yelling at Mark Henry. And then Vader comes out and he fights Mark Henry. And then China gets in the ring and hits Owen Hart with a DDT. I guess the ref wasn't looking. All hell is broken loose. Goodness gracious.
DDT worse than Jake Roberts.
Apparently, because in the midst of all that, X-Pac covers Owen and picks up the win thanks to China's DDT.
It's wild.
So there's that. That was a wild finish to a match. And then we just abruptly skip ahead in the Peacock broadcast for some reason. I don't know what happened there. I don't know. Do you recall what could have been
I do not.
there?
I do not.
It's real abrupt on Peacock. It's
We
really
don't see any
jarring.
ad for Fully Loaded, do we? So maybe
Not that I can recall.
Maybe it was a Fully Loaded ad or something or promo. I don't know.
Maybe, but we skip ahead to see the heathen, quote unquote, as JR called him, Paul Bearer, as he's walking to the ring. And Paul Bearer cuts a promo saying pretty much he's going to have the last laugh because Kane about to win this title. Okay? I don't think we had Paul Bearer, do we?
No.
We do not. That's okay. We didn't need Paul Bearer. Bottom line is, he's saying, y'all made fun of me all the time. Well, I'm about to laugh all the way
My
to the
son's
bank.
about to walk me to the bank.
Exactly. But we move on from that. It is now time for the WWF World Tag Team Championship. It is the New Age Outlaws against the Midnight Express, y'all.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Dream match alert. What? Midnight Express, New Age Outlaws. I can't. Wait. What? Is Beautiful Bobby?
Yeah,
No?
let's go.
Sweet Stan Lane? They're not
Yeah.
showing up? Is
They're
Bodacious
even better.
Bart?
Even better.
Is Bodacious Bob, I should say, and Bombastic Bart? And they're the NWA Tag Team Champions? Something's wrong. Well, this ain't
I
what
think
I
it's
wanted.
Bodacious Bart's and Bombastic Bob.
I think it's who cares, honestly, bro. I looked it up online. It said Bodacious Bob and Bombastic Bart.
Where?
I thought I looked it up. I don't. Man,
I thought it said Bodacious Bart.
Now we gotta look this
I
up.
could have sworn it was Bodacious Bart and Bombastic Bob because that is in my notes.
That could be in your notes.
And be wrong.
I see Bodacious Bob
Oh, wow.
and Bombastic Bart. I've seen that twice.
Is that Wikipedia?
No.
Yeah,
It's on
well,
another
check
place.
Wikipedia.
I'll
Check
check
our,
Wikipedia. I'm gonna check ProWrestling.fandom too.
New Midnight Express. Wiki.
Bodacious Bart, Bombastic Bob. Which one do I have?
Yeah. I have Bodacious Bart. And
Who
Bombastic.
cares, bro? Honestly, Bodacious and Bombastic, they're not the Midnight Express.
Bombastic Bob. Yep, and Bodacious Bart. That's
They
right.
probably just changed it every week. The announcers got it wrong too. They just said it. They don't know. Nobody knows.
This is a good
It's just so
team.
wild.
They had promise.
No,
and
it
I think
didn't.
Bodacious Bart would have fared a lot better as a tag team in the New Midnight Express than he did with the Brawl for All, getting knocked the F out by Butterbean at WrestleMania.
That's not a high bar to clear. His career pretty much ended after that. But speaking of Bart Gunn, either Bodacious Bart, Bombastic Bart, whatever, he's going against his former Smoking Gun tag team partner, and Billy Gunn.
Rockabilly. Rockabilly versus Bodacious Bart.
Or is it the one Billy Gunn?
The guns
Or that-
explode. Yeah, the one Billy Gunn.
The one Billy Gunn. But yeah, New Age Outlaws, Midnight Express. You see the names on paper. It's like, oh man, that's something. You see Bombastic and Bodacious, and you're like, that's not Sweet Stan Lane. That's not Beautiful Bobby. What the hell is this? Jim Cornette's there, but nah, like, this ain't gonna cut it. But the match is the match. China gets involved again. This is her second match in a row out there. She hits Jim Cornette with a low blow, and then the Outlaws won the match soon after. And that was it. I don't know if you had anything else from this match, but yeah.
No. Just lame, they hot shot it, bombastic Bob on the top rope, and then they get the pin that way. It's like, man, some lazy booking here. Like, I don't know. I mean, I can't give you like a more exciting finish, but like a hot shot is like the finish. It's like, whatever.
Well, either way,
It is what it is.
the New Age Outlaws retain the World Tag Team Championships.
I'm shocked.
Moving on, though. You see Triple H coming down to the ring with China.
Ah,
She's
again.
the hardest working person on the card. This is now 3 matches in a row we get China.
Whew.
And she's wearing a matching hat with Triple H, too. She's got costume.
Yeah.
She's got wardrobe changes, too. Okay? 3 matches in a row. And she's with Triple H because he was the 1997 King of the Ring, and he's here to watch the 1998 King of the Ring be crowned. It is time for the King of the Ring finals. It is a WrestleMania rematch. It is The Rock going against Ken Shamrock. And the match itself, very good. But we also got to talk about Triple H on commentary. He said a lot. He said a whole lot. First thing, he says, hey, King of the Ring, man, go catapult your career. As long as you don't pose in nudie mags, they'll take your crown away. It's like, who is he talking about?
Mabel.
You lying, right? You serious? Okay, I don't know what's going on anymore. I question everything.
It's the first person I thought of.
I thought it was Shawn Michaels. And
Shawn Michaels never won King of the Ring.
He never won King of the Ring. So who the hell is he talking about?
Mabel.
I'm not trusting you. I don't know anything about this.
Go, Mabel.
Todd Pettengill, y'all.
My guy.
Was he trying to do like the Arsenio Hall, like ooh,
Oh, yeah.
type of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Todd did it
Terrible.
way better. Todd, people
You
were
cut
jealous
it
of
out.
Todd.
You cut it out right now. He did it way whiter. That's what he did. That's not how that went, bro. That's not how that went. Arsenio Hall should go up to him and slap him right now like he did on Chappelle's show for messing it up. That is not how that went. But we got Triple H at the English announce table, obviously, but we got China
How about
speaking
that?
fluent Spanish at the Spanish announce table. I had no idea this happened. She's just hanging out, talking to him like she knew. She's with it. And then they asked Triple H if he was bilingual, and he says out of his mouth,
Bilingual? There's a lot of bi things I am, but lingual is not one of them. Hey, wait a minute. Did I just mean to say
I
that?
don't think you did, but be that as it may, we're live.
we're live, pal.
I love how he's like, I don't think he did.
Weird. There's a lot of stuff going on. Triple H saying a lot.
A lot.
He's doing a lot, saying a lot. The Rock gets in Triple H's face at one point, and Triple H responds by spitting water in The Rock's face. That's nasty.
Yeah. So then The Rock correctly pie faces him, and then Triple H gets mad. It's like, what the hell?
Right.
You started it.
You started it. Okay? This match, though, I thought was really good. I think it's probably the best, like, just in-ring match of the night. Obviously, we got
Yeah.
madness to come. But it's just in the ring, I thought this is probably the best match of the night. There were so many near falls, probably way more than you would see around at this time period.
Yeah.
And then
I
out of
agree.
nowhere, it just seemed like it came out of nowhere. Shamrock gets the ankle lock on, and The Rock taps out.
Yeah.
And Shamrock is your 1998 King of the Ring. And then JR yells it, and Triple H is like, hey, you should probably yell that like 5 or 6 more times.
That was kind of funny.
That was pretty funny.
We talk about all the near falls, and Jim Ross saying that was inches, and Triple H.
Chioda must have been just inches away from a 3 count.
Why don't you run up there, Jim Ross, drop your pants, and measure just how close it was?
Well, I'd rather not.
I'd rather not.
Attitude Era, baby.
Oh, yeah.
And then this really didn't make sense.
I'll tell you what, you look around at these people, there's not a person sitting down in here. They're all on the edge of their seats.
They're all
What
on
does
the
that
edge
mean?
of their seat. They're not sitting down, but they're on the edge of that seat.
Right? Like,
Meanwhile, everybody was sitting down.
so, like at least the bottom level, everyone was sitting. It's like,
That's exactly who he was
Oh,
referring to. He
Triple
was
H.
looking up top. He just wasn't looking at the screen at all. He was just messing around. It's real, and that's when I looked up to see, like, is everybody
Tried
standing?
to hype it up. It's like, dude, you're not even paying attention.
All right, there's nothing happening.
If anything,
right
he's taken away from that great Shamrock Rock match, but
right,
whatever.
Yeah, he wasn't necessarily needed. Yeah, I guess they wanted to further the Rock and Triple H's feud, but
yeah, he was still hurt too, so he wasn't wrestling that much. So,
but I feel like that could have waited.
Yeah,
this is more about Ken Shamrock, not about Triple H trying to get heat and be funny.
He's got to get those one-liners in.
Right, he get his Johnny Carson on. Like, we do not care. Isn't that what Mike Tomlin said one time? We do not care. Like, that was me. I was not here for you. I was here to see Shamrock and The Rock. the King, Jerry the King Lawler, rather, questioned whether The Rock actually tapped out. And then they showed on replay, he clearly tapped out. And JR was like, don't you have some dignity? Like, have some dignity.
He was very upset about it. Like, come on, Lawler.
Come on,
seriously,
bro.
It's right in front of your eyes.
How low can you go?
Yeah.
But we got to move on from that because we ain't here for the King in the Ring, honestly. We're not here for that. We're here for the next match. And that is Hell in a Cell. The Undertaker versus Mankind. The reason why we're here 25 years later talking about this show. We've got Cage Lowering music. And JR said someone might end up in the hospital. He was right. You know, he was
Allegheny Memorial Hospital.
Yeah, I guess
General
it's a
Hospital. Sorry, yeah.
Whatever. Somebody went to a medical facility somewhere in Western PA, somewhere after this show. Okay. Mankind comes out and throws a chair on top of the cell. The Undertaker comes out and follows him up there. The announcers are perplexed. They don't know what's going to come. So they're like, oh, they starting up there? This is new. Okay. And once Undertaker gets to the top of the cage, the match officially begins. I guess you were fuming over this.
It's a Hell in a Cell match, so not as much.
Not as much. Okay. I figured you'd be punching air that they didn't start in the ring.
I mean, it could have started better, but I will. It's more annoying when there's not a cell structure in the way, and then you decide just to go up at the top and start the match. Even though the whole idea of the Hell in a Cell is to stay inside the cell, but I think I'll give it a pass here. I just think I'll give it a pass.
I guess. They start walking around on top of the cell, and they almost fall through.
They do.
40 seconds in.
Everything after that almost never happened.
Right? Like, we wouldn't be here talking about it if they had just both fallen through. It would have been bad. But Mankind, he goes for a suplex. Undertaker blocks it.
He said, hell no. You ain't even going to lift me.
And he said on YouTube just not that long ago, like, I was not getting a suplex on top of that damn cage. You must be out of your mind. And JR sees him inching over towards the edge, and he's like, they're right above us, folks, and I don't like it a damn bit. It's like he had an inkling of what was about to happen. He had a premonition like Final Destination, and he was like, oh, I don't like this. They need to get out of here. So what happens next?
Undertaker fighting back. He's fighting back. They're right above us, folks. And I don't like it a damn bit. Oh, God. They killed him. Oh, my God. As God is my witness, he is broken in half. Oh, my God. Somebody get out here, really. I mean it. You need some help. My God.
This is over.
I cannot believe
This is over right here.
I cannot believe.
It's over.
That cage is 16 feet high. And look at this, folks.
Not great.
Here's a replay. Here's another angle.
Look at this, folks.
Damn.
Well, we got our Spanish announce team are down. We need doctors out here. If somebody can get off their butt in the back and get some people out here.
Look at Mankind is moving.
And yeah, 25 years later, we're still talking about that moment. Still talking about that call. Still talking about that reaction. You got, obviously, you heard JR lose his mind. They killed him.
Yeah.
They killed him. Who's they? Doesn't matter. He thought he saw that man die. And King just goes, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, there was no excited King. Oh my God. Like, no, he was like, oh my God. King was just
It's
doing power
not somebody
drivers.
getting lit on fire.
Right.
You'd be excited about that, but not, falling off a cage.
That's because this is real. And the fans, they were like excited, and I think some were fearful. People were screaming.
Yeah.
The place buzzed, as you could hear. The place was just buzzing for minutes straight. Because people just couldn't digest what just happened. They just was like, what in the world? That man just went flying off the top of this cage, as JR said, was 16 feet high. Haplessly fell to the ground. And again, if he fell in a different angle, he could have been either severely injured or even worse.
Yeah, and in the first Hell in a Cell match, Shawn Michaels went through the table, but he was like already halfway down the
Right.
cage, so it
Which
was
is
like
a
an
great,
8-foot
that's
drop.
a great spot. That's a great spot. Incoming! Incoming!
Yeah.
Boom!
That was
it was
great.
such a great spot.
That was great, and this one was just like the visual was that much more incredible because you're actually
Outrageous.
being thrown off the top.
And the call, just the sound of it. Like, you've heard that
Unmatched.
sound in so many memes and so many
Yep.
times over the years on social media. It gets put with anything. Somebody getting dunked on, you're going to have JR's call. Somebody get tackled, hit real hard in football, JR's call.
Yeah.
Like, it's just somebody falls or, from somewhere, like a fail video or something like that, JR's call. Like, it's timeless at this point. You've seen it, you've heard it millions, thousands of times. So I don't know if you watched this live, but what did you think when you first saw this happen?
At this point, was it June '98? So I had just gotten out of 7th grade, so I was relatively new to the internet too. But to me, I thought he was fine. Like, I didn't think he was really hurt because first of all, I didn't think they would show as many replays if it was, like real life type bad thing, And 2, he came back and like and this is like before, he was put on the stretcher before he started walking back towards the ring. I was just like, oh well, I guess that's how it's gonna end. Like whatever. Like, so like nonchalant about it, really, like in the moment, because I had already watched ECW a lot by that point, and I'd seen, people fall from the balcony and stuff, and this is obviously different in front of that many people, and a visual of being thrown off a steel cage, like a box, onto an announce table, and that sound and everything, and mostly I was nonchalant about it because like he was moving, and like as long as he was up. I didn't feel like anything. I didn't think anything was seriously wrong with what I was watching, and it was the Attitude Era. So, like, I had almost come to expect crazy stuff like that. So it almost didn't surprise me. But I remember being in the moment, like, holy shit, like this is crazy. Glad that I was taping it and recording it on VHS for sure. I wore that tape out that night because I just kept rewinding and watching him getting thrown off the cell. And didn't even care that Austin would lose the belt later that night. The whole next day, that Monday, I was rewatching it, because it was just like that incredible. I remember going online and seeing the reaction, but I don't necessarily remember if I went on like right after it happened. So like that Sunday night, I don't think I like went on the internet to see if anyone was talking about it on the message boards. I just waited till the next day. But yeah, it's kind of crazy to me that my reaction to Mankind getting thrown off the Hell in a Cell was that of I was just like nonchalant. It was like, oh, like he'll be okay, type of thing. Because by that point, you know, I hadn't really seen things play on screen that were like serious injury type stuff. So I was like, man, if he can get up being thrown off the cell, then, you know, he's cool. He's good. Like, you know, I don't have to worry about it. So that's kind of where my mind was at as a fan watching it live.
Yeah. I didn't watch this live, obviously, and I had seen the clip, obviously, dozens of times over the years. So I guess by the time I actually sat down to watch this match for the first time, I had already seen the clip so many times, I knew what to expect. It's just watching the match in full, though, it does changes things, though. Like, you can watch the clip 1,000 times, but when you watch it in that moment and you hear the reaction, you see it just happen. Like, it just happens real abruptly. Like, they don't even change. They don't have the camera angle where you see Foley falling through the air. That's a replay angle. The first angle, the live angle, is just him falling out of the screen, and you just hear crash. Like, you just see Undertaker throw him and then stand there, and then you see Foley just go. And you're like, and you hear JR's reaction, like, is he dead? Like,
yeah.
Damn, I can only imagine what it was like watching it in person or like live as it happened. It had to be outrageous. And, you know, obviously coming out of this match, we'll talk about the physical toll it took on Mick Foley. I guess we'll talk about it after the match itself, but it took quite a bit of a toll on him because it's not over yet. Okay, because Terry Funk runs out and he checks on Mankind. Undertaker's still on top of the cell, even while it's rising in the air. So he said he didn't even notice it at first. It just happened, like, it started happening, and he's all of a sudden, he's like, oh, I'm up in the ceiling now. Mankind somehow is still breathing, and he's being wheeled out as the fans chant for the Undertaker. And the cage
crappy must he have Mick must have felt at that point. It's like, damn, I just took this fall and they're cheering Undertaker. Like, damn.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. And here comes, you know, he's being wheeled out. The cage is finally being lowered, and the announcers, they're sitting there thinking, all right, we're done here. You know, JR apologized, like, we're sorry.
Wild.
You know.
Yeah.
Like,
because the fans are expecting the Hell in a Cell match, blah blah blah. Like.
Right, and it was like a knockout in boxing. It was over as soon as it started. And then out of nowhere, Mankind begins to stir. And he eventually gets off the stretcher. He moves. They didn't even think he could stand up. Here he is walking back to the ring and then climbs back up the cage. He just took a traumatic, like, 20-foot fall. Most people would be in the hospital and would have a sudden fear of heights after that.
Yeah.
Instead, he climbs right back up minutes later. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. The Undertaker, who is also nursing a broken foot, by the way, goes back up with him. And now at this point, you know, there's been minutes since, you know, the first spot. At this point, it's just a spectacle now. The fans, we're just beyond what we've ever seen.
Yeah, it was. I remember watching live. I'm like, oh, we're getting more. Like, this is going to be the best match of the year.
Like, you've already seen the wildest thing ever, and they're back up there again for more. This is beyond what we're used to seeing humans suffer. Like, we're not used to seeing this. This is just a spectacle now. And the spectacle goes up a little bit more because Undertaker just quickly chokeslams Mankind through the cage, and he lands flat on his back.
If he throws him up on the other side, there's... Good God! Good God! That's it, he's dead. Well, somebody stop the damn match! Enough's enough!
That's another soundbite. Somebody stop the damn match.
The poor son of a... He's broken in half!
He's got a family. King just
Jerry
going,
Lawler. That's it.
He's dead. That's it. He's dead. I think he legit thought he was dead.
Yeah.
Or at least severely injured.
Yeah. Because he was that also knocked him out.
It did.
Through Mick's own admission, and he looked like he was knocked out too. He wasn't moving. The chair followed him through the cage.
Hit him in the face.
A lot of things happening in that. The cage just hanging down too, and Mick not moving, and then the trainers, rushing to the ring and checking on him. Yeah, that was rougher for me as a viewer than him actually getting thrown off the top of the cage.
And according to Mick, that was the tougher of the two bumps.
Yeah.
Like you said, it knocked him out.
Yeah.
And I think that's a bump that sent his tooth through his face or something like that.
Yep.
Right?
Because the chair, followed him, and as soon as he hit the mat, the chair hit his face.
Boom!
And, he's hitting the mat and coming back up while the chair is still going down,
At a
so it's
high rate
even
of
a
speed.
worse force than it just following him down to the mat because he's actually meeting it head on after he hits the mat. So
Yeah, that came
It's
at him
rough.
at a high rate of speed.
it was at that point I was watching, I'm at this point 12 years old watching live, and I'm just like, oh boy,
Yeah.
now
Something
I'm
bad's
feeling
gonna
a little
happen.
uncomfortable.
Right. Something bad's about to happen.
Yeah.
Even as a 12-year-old, you can sense
Yeah.
this is different. This is dangerous.
And it's like, I'm like, I don't even hate Mankind. Like, he's not even like a bad, like this biggest heel in wrestling to me. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, relax, Undertaker. Like, that was literally what I was thinking. I was like, relax. It's like, he doesn't deserve this. Jeez.
It's got a family, damn it. Stop the damn match. They don't stop the match. Or they tried to.
They don't.
They tried to. I mean, Undertaker climbs down. And when he landed, you can see him favor his foot because he's dealing with a bad foot. But that didn't stop him from chokeslamming Terry Funk right out of both of his shoes.
Like, I just wonder how, because Terry sold that too, like, brilliantly. So it's almost like, I'm worried about my best friend Mick, but damn, the Undertaker's going to chokeslam me, so I better sell the hell out of that.
Right? You gotta work, brother. You better sell this, bro. You still gotta work. Work is work.
Right.
It's like shoot is shoot, work is work, man. Terry Funk is a worker. All right? But my friend is almost dead. But I gotta work. Work is work. Mankind, though, doesn't stay down.
Unbelievable.
He gets up and takes even more punishment, including...
He dishes it out, too.
He does dish it out. But Undertaker hits him in the shoulder with steps. He's like, his shoulder's like dangling.
I need pain and punishment is what I need.
Such a wild sentence for him to say. You a masochist? What's going on, man? Mankind eventually breaks out thumbtacks, though. And now people are like literally screaming in the audience. Because this is something they've never seen before. It's one thing to see somebody go flying off or something. Now you got thumbtacks involved. People about to get mutilated here. JR can't believe what he's seeing. Okay? Good God Almighty. He's a human pincushion. That's what JR said after Undertaker backed Mick Foley or Mankind into the thumbtacks.
My God, I've never, ever seen anything like this. The Undertaker has got Mankind back on his back now. Wait a minute. No, he's near those tacks. Don't tell me. No. No.
God.
He's in those tacks. Good God Almighty, he's a human pincushion. Demon God, he's got those tacks sticking in his... Oh no.
JR is losing it, bro. He didn't finish his sentences.
Jiminy, I got a mortgage, damn it.
Oh my God. Jiminy, bug out. Sassafras. Oh God. Thumbtacks. Austin, God.
What if he
JR
just played the
just-
hits at that point? You know?
JR just lost it, bro. I mean, rightfully so. This is not
Shamrock,
what he was expecting to see.
Shamrock, kick of the ring.
Right. Right. Undertaker then chokeslams Mankind into the thumbtacks.
I thought like
Mankind's-
one bump in the thumbtacks was going to be enough, but he chokeslammed
Two.
his ass again in the thumbtacks. It's like,
And I'm
okay,
sure
that's
Mankind
literally four
requested
things
it.
right now that you're not going to get better than in this
Right.
match.
And I'm sure Mankind requested it too.
Yeah.
And then he gets back up so he can feed into the tombstone.
Somebody stop the damn match!
Mercifully, it ended after the tombstone.
Finally.
However, Mankind, and he talked about this on a little special on YouTube with WWE, still kicks his leg at the end, like, I'm trying to fight, brother. Like, sit down somewhere. Sit down, big fella. That was wild. And somehow, Mankind walks out as the fans give him a standing ovation.
Finally, they give him the ovation.
Foley really needed that.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was looking to make a lasting impact, and he succeeded.
Oh, yeah.
For better or for worse, he succeeded. What runs through your head when you watch this match 25 years later?
Man, I still get, uncomfortable. I'm happy that Mick is still here to relive that and relive the moments with the fans and the people that were part of that moment as well. I didn't. You see these things through the years, and even as a kid, especially when you get the internet, how fake wrestling is, and they know how to bump, and then you have that special, like the Untold Secrets of Professional Wrestling, and they tell you, like, oh, this is how they learn to land, and this is planned in the audience, and this is how they cut themselves with a blade, and kind of like, I don't want to, it didn't ruin it for me, but I'm just like, damn, like, yeah, I guess all those things as a kid, weren't really real, but I still was a fan of pro wrestling, and it still entertained me, so I kept watching it. Here, I honestly thought maybe I had seen Mick's last match. I was like, oh yeah, I don't know how he's going to wrestle after that. Much less, win the title, 6 months later, and being the main event of WrestleMania as Mick Foley. But, just thank God he was able to continue his career, even though it was, by a year later, he was retired, full-time, from full-time work. And he came back, every now and again, as long as his body can handle it. And I feel like every match he had after that, he realized, his limitations and what he can and can't do. So a lot of his matches, like his match with Randy Orton, Backlash '04 was great. Match with Edge at WrestleMania 22, I mean, that was great. One with Ric Flair, not so much, but that's probably because it was an old Ric Flair, so I don't blame him a lot for that. But I mean, like he gave what he could when he could, and then when he realized he can only give a certain amount, he still gave that amount, and maybe even then some. So, just for art entertainment, like. It's really incredible that someone like that came through wrestling and did those things just because he wanted us to remember something. And here, 25 years later, thank God he's still here with us to relive those moments. And that's what I think about when I think about this match.
We are fortunate, like you said, that make us, still here and able to relive it. He has paid the price over the years, and he suffered, obviously a litany of injuries after this match. According to Sky Sports, he suffered a concussion, dislocated shoulder, bruised ribs, internal bleeding, numerous puncture wounds from the thumbtacks, and dislocated his jaw, which was put in place during the match.
Whew.
That's according to Sky Sports. So, yeah, he suffered a physical toll, but he succeeded in that people are still talking about 25 years later. Obviously, this should not happen to the same degree it happened back in 1990. Fall at the top of cages in WWE and even in AEW, but crash pads are put in place. So nobody just goes plummeting down and hitting the ground, potentially. It's always done it's done in a way more controlled environment. When somebody does something like that, the first thing you think of is Mick Foley. And you don't want to be like that.
Right.
So this was definitely a bar that, at least like mainstream wrestling, like, you know, here in the States, has never been touched again. And for good reason. They even made the cell like 5 feet taller so they can deter people from doing it. And Shane McMahon still does it sometimes. But yeah, it's probably the most replayed, honestly, one of the most replayed moments in wrestling history, in all of wrestling history, and that's including, you know, Hogan slamming Andre, you know, whatever moments you would have put out, the big moments. This is either up there or the most replayed. It's like one of those things that if you're a wrestling fan and you're trying to introduce somebody to wrestling, it might be one of the first, such a spectacle that will probably never be repeated. They have to see it. It's like a moment in time that you're not a wrestling fan until you watch this. Like, and mind you, this is the peak. You're not going to see it be more dangerous than this. I mean, unless you watch like some, you know, extreme promotion somewhere, but at least like in WWE or Ring of Honor and AEW, it won't get much more dangerous. It won't get more dangerous than this. So if you can handle this, you can handle everything else, type of thing, I guess, right? But this will never be touched again, and for good reason. But again, there's a reason why we're talking about it to this day, because it was such a spectacular moment. And then after all of that, there's another match on the show.
Yeah.
Steve Austin and Kane. Good luck with that one. They started off trying to do it. We get a video package for the match. See, now they got to hype us up with a video package for the main event between Kane and Steve Austin. And in this video, my goodness.
I like Kane with a voice box.
I mean, added to the lore, for sure.
I mean, I was kind of annoyed, though, because it's like you told me forever he couldn't talk, and now he can, though, even though it's with help. It's like, what, it took you 20-some years to find this so he could talk? Oh, miraculously talk when he gets to the WWF? It's like, oh, come on. But still, his voice sounded hilarious. They couldn't do that with Nails?
Look, I don't know what was going on with that. I don't know what the logic or the reasoning was with it. But it was wild for sure. 100% that they did that. I don't know. Were people offended by it? I don't know.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
Probably could be
because froze out.
Was that?
Can you repeat that? You froze out.
Oh, I'm saying that were people offended by Kane's voice box?
I don't remember, but I don't think so. I just thought it was funny. Like, he couldn't talk for all these years, but he makes it to the WWF, and all of a sudden, all he needs is a voice box, and now he can talk. It's like he never tried that the previous 20 years when he was recovering.
Maybe he couldn't afford it. He wasn't wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, Paul's his father. You know, Paul wasn't trying to look for an answer. Like, come on.
He's Undertaker all the time. He's a deadbeat dad. I mean, let's be real. Paul Bearer, the character of Paul Bearer, not the person, obviously. The character of Paul Bearer was essentially a draft day dad. Like, let's be honest. He saw Kane be 6'10", 300 pounds, and strong as hell. He's like, oh, I got to be back in my boy's life so I can teach him some things. Take him to the top. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
Draft day dad, pretty much. Deadbeat. He's always with Undertaker. He never mentioned his son for like 8 years or whatever it was. That's damn near a decade. Come to find out he got outside kids. Come to find out he got more kids, I should say. Maybe not outside kids, but more kids. All right? He's hiding his kids, hiding his children out here. Turns out 6'10", 300 pounds or whatever. Beat people up. And summon fire, too. He's a wizard.
Right.
In case you didn't know. He does magic. But they needed a magician to save them on this night. Steve Austin and Kane. It wasn't going to happen. But here we are. WWF Championship in the first ever first blood match. It is Steve Austin defending his title against Kane. First blood. What are the rules? First person that bleeds loses. That's the rule.
Oh. That's easy.
That's easy. Hebner, Earl Hebner, the referee, clarified. Did they ever specify, like, how somebody bled? Like, what if somebody cut their finger or something? Is that
so? This
that
is
stop
probably
the
the best decision Earl ever made as a referee.
Right.
They had mentioned, he had mentioned on the free for all that he wasn't going to award the match based on, you know, a bloody nose, little bloody nose, or, you know, like a scab that opens or anything like that. They were going to have to be busted open. So, and Jerry Lawler had mentioned that on commentary. So kind of, you know, if you missed the free for all, you know, you were up to speed, that you might see blood because maybe Austin's a easy bleeder, but there's a reason why we're going to have this match. And Kane was covered up. I don't know how you could tell if he bleeds or not. Right. That was my biggest issue with this match, because it's just like, how are you going to tell if Kane bleeds? But neither here nor there. And I think this is also the first match that Kane had the both arms covered when he had the long sleeve on both arms instead of just one. So it's like, how the hell are we gonna, like, we got to look at his hand, like, if he like the hell, like, and if Earl's not gonna, you know, call the bell for like a scrape on the hand, then there's no way Kane can lose here. So. Meanwhile, Austin will have his black boots, knee pads, and tights. You know, it's like, and his, you know, staph infected elbow wrapped up. That was pretty gnarly. But it's like, yeah, he's easy pickings pretty much to bust open. So, but listen, Earl, man of his word, because Austin bled like from his back during this match, and he didn't call the match. So good for Earl,
100%.
Finally doing something right.
100%. And as you mentioned, Steve Austin apparently had a staph infection in his elbow coming into the match, which explains why he had his elbow wrapped. He also had 100-degree fever for a couple days, and it was in the hospital. Staph infections are serious. Like, don't play around with staph infections. And, you know, when I was working for the Eagles, the equipment managers, we'd be in the locker room after practice, and the players, obviously, you know, they got the pads on the ground and stuff like that to practice, and it's all sweaty and nasty. Just a prime area for staph infections to occur. But all the equipment managers, they would, you know, obviously they got to handle the equipment, but they would do so with latex gloves on because staph infections. I doubt WWF was taking any sort of precautions back in 1998 when it came to people's gear and staph infections and whatnot. So here's Steve Austin. Staph infection in his elbow. Pretty serious stuff. The match starts off hot and heavy because how else do you start a match after Hell in a Cell?
Right.
And they eventually fight around the ring and into the crowd. But when they fight outside the ring, the cell's being lowered.
What the hell?
The hell's going on here? Austin and Kane, they fight near the end, like near the cage, and Austin, and it's lowered, and now we've got a second Hell in a Cell match on this card. And then out of nowhere, the cage starts going back up and taking Kane with it. And he's still trying to choke Steve Austin, by the way, like he's Michael Myers or something.
He's got to grab.
He's
going to take him with him.
Flip move, right? And he eventually like a flip move to get back, like to get on the ground. As you mentioned earlier, Steve Austin was bleeding out of his back, but it did not rise to the level of a stoppage in Earl Hebner's eyes. So we keep fighting. Okay, they go to the stage. They're fighting in front of the stage that I talked about earlier, which I liked, as I mentioned earlier. We see Vince McMahon sitting in his suite with Sable, and then they fight back to the ring and hits Kane with a fan. Could have busted him open, but again, Kane's wearing a mask. He's all covered up in general. Can't see nothing.
Makes no sense.
At one point, Earl Hebner gets knocked down, and out comes, of all people, Mankind.
The hell?
Because no one could have done this running but him. He didn't immediately go to the hospital.
He's just like, you know what? Let me get this run-in situation squared away, and then I'll go.
How did he even know where he was?
Right.
Like, outrageous. Would not recommend, guys. Go to the hospital, all right? Get looked at. Get some help, as Michael Jordan once said. Okay? Mankind comes out. He quickly gets a stunner. King gets one for his troubles as well. And out comes the Undertaker in a T-shirt, which I guess I got Undertaker had a phase '98 when he just became Mark Calloway
Right.
for some reason.
Like, why do you put that on and nothing else? Why did, like, whatever.
I don't know. Just take the shirt off. But his baggy black T-shirt on. Unfortunately, though, for Steve Austin at least,
Uh-oh.
Undertaker knocks a chair into Steve Austin's face, causing him to be busted open. Real first blood.
Oh, no.
My God. Austin and Kane. Meanwhile, Undertaker, he's pouring gas on Earl Hebner. What was he trying to do here?
That was the weird thing. It's like it started, the whole Kane and Undertaker in cahoots that we had for what seemed like forever. And yeah, I don't know what the reason was for that. I don't know, like a storyline reason, like at all. But yeah, like why does he care about the referee? Like why?
Enough to set him on fire potentially.
Well, did you think he was going to do that?
I don't know. That's what they thought.
Yeah, I thought he was just trying to wake him up with the fumes, the toxic fumes.
Oh,
because he was knocked out. You see. So I didn't think maybe he was trying to save his brother from being set on fire. That could have, but they didn't, mention that on this night at least.
You save someone else from being set on fire by pouring gasoline on. You could just take the gas canister away.
Well, he wanted Earl to get up to see Austin bleeding, so he would stop the match. So Kane didn't have to set himself on fire. But still, it's weird.
I guess. Yeah, that's a weird way to do it. You could just woke him up, bro.
It's like you've been feuding with your brother like all year, and now you're trying to save him. Like what?
He could have also just woke him up like a normal person. Like, just walk over to him and say, "Hey, man, wake up. Hey, dog. Hey, wake up."
I do wonder if that was real gasoline because it had a color to it. It wasn't like water, so it was like if it was water, it was like colored with something because it definitely had a color to it. So it'd be hilarious if it was real gasoline and they did that. Hilariously bad. Let me amend that. Not hilarious, like haha. Hilarious, like terrible.
Yeah, it was just a bizarre decision. I just didn't get it. I didn't understand what the point of it was. In hindsight, like what was he trying to gain? I understand what you're saying, but you're filling in a lot of blanks.
That they did
for.
I mean, that's what I took from it. It's just like because they. It wouldn't be that far down the road where Undertaker became the number one contender because he dressed up like Kane and he beat Mankind on an episode of Raw, and then he took the mask off to reveal that he was the Undertaker and he was the number one contender. So that's when the whole "are they in cahoots" thing really took off. So yeah, I couldn't tell you like. I don't know if they explained it the next night, and then the next night on Raw is like one that I have to watch back because I haven't watched it in so long. But it was great because Austin won the title back from Kane.
Spoiler.
And it's one of the best like Raws. And it's like, damn, dude, like you just took the title off the hottest guy in the industry, and then you're basically like, hey, anything can happen on our pay-per-views. And then the next night on Raw, you set up the rematch right away, and no one gives a crap about what's going on Nitro at that point.
Right.
Because the next week is when Goldberg would win the title against Hogan. So it wasn't the day after King of the Ring. It was the following week, the following Monday that they set up the Goldberg-Hogan thing. Because they probably were like, damn, like they just had Stone Cold Steve Austin win the title back on an episode of Raw. Like, damn, they could do anything they want. Like, damn.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
know
I'm pretty sure that
WCW
was
is
why
under
Goldberg
pressure.
and Hogan was hot-shotted that quickly. But crazy.
There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of hot shotting because they were competing.
Yeah.
I'm sure WCW felt that heat, and they had to do something. So they responded somehow with a bald guy with a goatee of their own winning the title.
Black tights.
Right, and black tights, black boots. So, yeah, there's a lot going on. But, again, Austin Kane is still fighting. Austin hits Kane with a chair, but Hebner wakes up
Finally.
and sees Austin bleeding.
Oh, no.
Rings the bell, and Finkel gets on the mic to make the announcement official.
This was one of the greatest endings because JR, he's just like, no. And I love it.
Here comes the Undertaker.
The Undertaker's got a chair. Mankind's a target. Oh, God. Austin's chair just nailed him. Undertaker's chair met Austin's. Oh, God, Austin is busted. He is busted open. And the Undertaker is putting the referee back in the ring. What the hell? Huh? The Undertaker's taking the gas. Austin is bleeding. And what? The Undertaker pouring that gasoline on the referee. A chair shot by Kane on his brother. What in the
My
hell
God.
is going on, JR? Hebner has been revived. My God, those fumes are just horrifying.
Horrifying. Just gas. I guess, you know what it's in that context.
What? Referee still hasn't seen it. Onto the close side. There goes Kane. Kane trying to fight that chair away from Austin.
Oh.
Almighty. What a shot.
Jeez.
Right to the head.
But Austin's bleeding. Undertaker. Referee calling for the bell. Referee calling for the bell. It's the first blood match. Austin is bleeding.
Oh.
And the title is on the line here.
The winner of this bout, and new
Lord, have mercy.
The Fink, man. The Fink is clutch.
Great call.
No.
No.
Oh. Let's show Vince in the club box.
Got a smile on his face, I'm sure.
It's like, it just goes off the air like that. Like, couldn't be more perfect to me as a cliffhanger for Raw because it's like, well, Austin's not the champion anymore, but there were some shenanigans going on. What the hell is going to happen tomorrow night? And I was so happy because it was the beginning of summer, so I could stay up and watch Raw. Like, oh, dude, it was a great 24 hours for me.
I'm sure. I mean, like, because you got to watch what's going to happen tomorrow. Austin loses the title, but he's, like, standing up.
Right.
He's still awake.
And it's just so funny because he's looking at Earl like, what the hell are you talking about? It's like, dude, you're bleeding, like, profusely. What do you mean?
You knew the deal, bro. You signed off on this match.
You did.
Right? Didn't you read the contract?
I think so.
Come on, Stone Cold. You read the contract, baby. You know the deal. First guy that bleeds loses, baby. You know the deal. Come on now. You know the rules.
Austin's there like, this is a Hell in a Cell match. What are you talking about?
Steve Austin has lost the WWF Championship only like, what, 3 months after winning it at WrestleMania?
Wild.
Only the biggest star in the business.
No
No worries, though. He wins it the next night.
Yeah, and listen, I'm not going to say that was a gamble because clearly they were just trying to pop a rating. But man, like having him legitimately lose it and then win it, I don't think you see that today. And I would love to see that, here and there, just to, make these TV shows every week, I don't know, like worth watching almost. Like, I don't know. It's been better lately, but I'm just saying, like, seeing a title change is special, like on a weekly TV show. So it happened a lot back then, but I don't know if I necessarily like Austin had just won the title. You're right. Like what, 3 months prior, it's like, oh, they're not going to have him lose, and then they had him lose. So you're like, oh my god, they're going to do anything they want. Like, and then literally have him win it back the next night is like, sanity restored. Like everything's gravy, and it's just wild. I could never imagine Kane as the WWF champion. It's like, what the hell, And then he was. He was for a whole episode of Monday Night Raw, It's like, whoa.
Yeah. He had the belt and everything, man. He had the belt and everything for a day. And I don't think he won another world title until 2010. I guess you can count if you want to count the ECW title in 08. But like he won the world title in 2010. That's the first world title since this title reign.
That's wild.
Kane went, what would that be, 12 years in between title reigns, world championships, and it wasn't like Kane was like an afterthought. He was involved all the time in main events and top spots.
Yeah,
it's long feud that involved necrophilia with Triple H. Didn't win a title. It's crazy to think about. And his first world title reign lasts not even 24 hours, like barely 24 hours. It's pretty crazy. But he's still a Hall of Famer and weirdo politician now. But yeah, First Blood, King of the Ring, 1998, the match that main evented the show, but that really nobody really talks about. It's really about the Hell in a Cell. But what are your final thoughts on the 1998 King of the Ring?
In a way, I want to say it still holds up just because of how timeless the Hell in a Cell match is, and the fact that the people involved are still here to talk about it, and the fact that it's been 25 years, and we literally will like never forget it. And a lot of things are second fiddle on the show. Ken Shamrock winning King of the Ring, Head losing, and even Stone Cold Steve Austin losing the WWF title. Nobody remembers that. Nobody talks about that because of the Hell in a Cell match. So it's still as an event. Maybe it's like a B, but you take those top two matches and you leave everything behind. You get the King of the Ring finals there. That's an A+ for just those three matches. So, because as we said with the Over the Edge main event, how overbooked that finish was, it just worked. This kind of overbooked finish kind of worked too for me. The thing with the Undertaker, didn't make that much sense. Trying to revive the ref and all that, but otherwise, like the way Austin lost, that's how you protect him. First blood stipulation, Austin standing tall at the end, and then he wins back the title the next night. I don't think he's hurt by that, and especially I'm just still surprised they did that. Just putting myself back in as a fan. And going into the next day, I'm like, Kane is the WWF champion. Like, what the hell? Like, this sucks. 12 years old, and I'm just like, what the hell happened last night? But then by the end of that Monday night, everything's restored because Stone Cold's the champ again. They could do no wrong, man. Like, everything was firing. Even as lame as the undercard seemed to be on this show, it's just like it was must-watch TV because of the main things going on. So I was willing, and many others, willing to sit through slop to get, the great stories and the great matches that we would get, and it was worth it. So as a whole, I don't like this event as a whole, but I'll watch that Hell in a Cell match anytime. The Shamrock Rock Finals definitely underrated. Didn't remember how good that was, and obviously the main event I think was good for being the overbooked mess that it was. So, and you had the title change, and Vince sitting in the club box, like, looking on approvingly. You just hate that guy. It's like that son of a, ugh. You just want to, like, reach through the TV and strangle him. So, it was great.
Indeed. Yeah, this was just, like, quintessential Attitude Era. JR losing his mind. My God, stop the damn match. And here comes the Undertaker. It's just like people running out, doing stuff. Mankind running out after he lost multiple teeth, probably. Like, it was just wildness. And then Austin wins the title back the next night. It's just peak Attitude Era, peak Monday Night War. They were pulling out all the stops in June. Like, kids just got out of school. People are going on summer vacations, and here's WWF doing all kinds of stuff to keep your attention. All kinds of stuff. But it was working, and people ate it up. Yeah. People bought into it. Yeah. And there was 17,000 people at the Igloo that night in Pittsburgh. There was a whole lot more watching at home. It was working. It was clicking on all cylinders, and we're still talking about it again.
And listen,
25 years later.
This show was, 2 weeks after the Great American Bash 98 that we did last week? And just polar opposites almost, like,
yeah,
what the hell's going on? Sting with the Wolfpack and winning the tag titles, like, what the hell's going on there? It's just like, yeah, it just didn't. They weren't even at that point.
No, you can tell which one was a hotter product.
Yeah,
it was definitely this one. I mean, again, you're fighting a giant though in like this Hell in a Cell match. Like, you can't even remotely top it. I'm sure no one in WCW is trying to replicate that spot. So it was tough to compete with. But that is our deep dive on the 1998 King of the Ring.
Follow me at _Picone on Twitter and TikTok. You can follow me at Picone Nick on Threads and at Picone on Blue Sky. You can follow us at Shooters Radio on Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, and we're at shootersradio.com and shooterspod.com. You can check me out at crossingbroad.com as well.
All right. I am at Vaughn M. Johnson on X, at Vaughn Johnson 166 on IG, at Vaughn Johnson on Blue Sky and Threads. You can check me out there. I think I'm at Vaughn Johnson 166 on Blue Sky too. No, on Blue Sky on Threads as well. But you can check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/shootersradio, where you can request a future deep dive just like this one. And when you do, you can make a cameo on the show that we're diving deep into. Once again, patreon.com/shootersradio.
I'm gonna scrutinize you to the fullest, pasteurize you, homogenize you, and synchronize you back into morality.